Uh-oh, boys and girls, here we are. We are live, Life22. So I 5 days late. Okay, right? You've heard this 1,000 times. Still working on the lighting. Obviously, the lighting's better than the darkness. Um, yeah. So this month's theme, same as last month, and I don't want to, don't want to disturb you guys with it, but all family August. I mean, it's a great time. You're getting ready for the school year to come back in. You get ready for, things like that. The last bits of you seeing your kids for summertime before school starts up, and just spending some time with family. Um, so, but yeah, so. I guess I'm on a roll with this. So I'd like to, and hopefully everything's coming through. I forgot to do an audio test before we started, but fingers crossed, right? So, um, so yeah, no, I just wanted to touch base with everybody and say, hey, that's real weird. Well, hopefully it's coming through. You'd think that they'd have some kind of algorithm for that, but so this is what I've got going on. I started out all family August with a great start, right? July 30th, 31st was my family reunion. We went there. We got to see family, right? So like right at the tail end, I'll throw it into August, right? It's we're light and fast. We're loose and groovy with the rules, right? So let's stick with that. But then wake up. The new camper. Me and the kids spent the night. I had Quinn and Lachlan with me. It was a great time. We had breakfast, and then which for them was like cookies and stuff because it was just leftovers, and I had a pile of baked beans, and it is what it is. And I knew after the family reunion I was going to stop drinking for a little bit. So as some of you've known, we St. Patty's Day hit. I went a month, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do St. Patty's Day. Listen, like typically I only hold myself to sober October, so so for this month I'm gonna try to keep it sober, and then actually leaving this month, I'm trying to just limit the use. I don't have a problem. It's just one of those things you forget about it. It just becomes so comfortable. I'm not a smoker, but I can only imagine, and most people could probably imagine this even if you're not a smoker, like a cigarette. It just becomes comfortable, like that cup of coffee in the morning, right? Like if cups of coffee caused extreme dehydration it's hard to abuse coffee, right? So I mean, it can be done, right? But it's too much of anything is a bad thing. In the last few days, just been tired, been hydrating. That's really what it is, And it's during the summer months it hits you the worst. So, but staying sober for all family August, and I spent time with the kids starting August 1st. We got taking the kids to work with me here and there, not at not with the city, but in little side jobs here and there, and spending time on weekends. And then, let's see, yesterday I had an interview for the school board. There was an opening. So, yeah, I mean, still, like, spending time trying to get, like, family first, right? So that's all family August. You spend time with your family, focus on your family, make phone calls to other family members, focus on your kids' education. Like, I mean, anything that has to do with the family. And so right now what I've got going on is I applied for the school board. There was 3 candidates, and they'll let us know officially on Tuesday. They'll make the announcement at the board meeting, and we'll find out. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I mean, we've had this discussion in the past, and then I don't know. I want to, and Miley's going out to California to see my sister for pretty much all of August. She'll be getting back on like Labor Day weekend, just in time to get back to school. So I mean, even though we're not going to be spending time with her for all family August, she got to spend a lot of time with us in July. And I mean, she's spending time with family, and she gets a great opportunity to go, have some fun and go get to see. I've never been to California. I know my politics and California's politics don't jive, but at the same time, California's a very beautiful place, probably a very nice place to visit. But I ain't gonna live there. But my sister does, and she's gonna see Sam and Miley are gonna be able to hang out and have some fun and some palling up time, and so yeah. I mean, it's a good mix. I know you're probably going, hey, Kevin's all like, look what the hell's going on with his hair, his mustache, right? Like, all right. So I've been riding out the train on the mustache. I'm just killing time really because June challenged me to grow a mullet, and we're getting close. We're getting close. A month or two, probably by the end of sober October, I'm gonna have a full mullet. Business in the front, party in the back, baby. And so yeah, I've never had a mullet before, and she challenged me, and I'm just trying to, this facial hair I can grow in a month, so I've just been kind of messing around. Never had a real big mustache. Never done the bicycle thing. I'm learning that. Today I got talon in my mustache eating my lunch, which was deer ribs, those venison ribs. They got that talon, and as much as I try, I can't get it all out, and it just started getting caught in the mustache. I usually never have a mustache, so it's like getting used to it, or sometimes the sides grow in, and then like flossing, and one gets stuck between your teeth. Oh, it's a nightmare. So mustache is a lot of work. More work than beards, I'd say. Just because it's more noticeable, it's more finite. You've got to spend a lot more time trying to make it. And I've been just kind of with it. So, and as you can see, I let the beard grow back in, and it is what it is. So we're all family August. So let us know in the comments below how you think your all family August is gonna go. Let us know what you plan on doing. We really like to hear from you guys, whether it's it's good news, it's bad news, it's hateful, it's loving, we're looking for all the spectrums, right? We're here. The life theming is more of like a self-help and a growing, right? So you guys are with me on this journey of life, and we're growing as a people. Now we have rant days, and we do all these other things, which is great. And I want to get more into the channel, and that's and maybe in coming up, like I was telling June and maybe and Miley, maybe I'll do some more podcasts, and when if I do a podcast with a guest, I'll drink. Right, and then that incentivizes me, and I have a couple, right, like not like get wasted, but like that incentivizes me that I can this is the zone where I can have a couple beers or a glass of whiskey and be respectful and smoke a cigar and talk and I really just wanted to but not for August. For August, we're going sober. But so if you'd like to join us on that too, let us know in the comments. Let us know on Facebook, on Instagram, or on Twitter. If you follow my Twitter, you probably realize that pretty much Twitter is where I dump every book I've ever read. Every book I've ever read, I've posted. I just share it right to Twitter just so people know what my card catalog is, what crap Kevin's listening to. Kevin listens to a lot of crazy stuff. I went from listening to. I finished the Gulag Archipelagos last 2 weeks ago, and then I finished Michael Knowles' book. And then after that weekend ended, my goal was to try to let loose with. Who is it? Ben Shapiro's new book, The Authoritarian Moment. And you might not like Ben Shapiro. I like Ben Shapiro. I like Ben Shapiro quite a bit. And he had a new book, so I listened to it. And I just started listening to it 2 days ago. I finished it this morning. I do my morning news and regular podcasts and stuff. So I finished the book, and then I did the podcasts for the day, and then listened to those, and then I went right in. I just picked a random book, and it was like 3.5 hours long, and it was Wishful Drinking by Carrie Fisher. And all I know is she's from Princess Leia. She is Princess Leia, and that's and she's now deceased. So it's actually the first book I've ever listened to by someone who's not currently on this planet. And it was kind of weird, but at the same time it was interesting because I didn't know that much about her, and then actually towards the tail end of it, her humor got to me. She was hilarious, just she's kind of a little nuts, and or was a little nuts, and it's kind of interesting. So I finished that up, and then I had nothing else to do while I was we went to jiu-jitsu today. The kids went to jiu-jitsu. Now they're with their mom and grandma at the park. They're listening to Freddie and the Jets. Plug out for Freddie, and Jerry Keys, our neighbor. She's in there with Fred LaBella, our other neighbor, and I mean they're sweet people. So, but yeah, no, they're up there, and I was here with the baby because we didn't have enough seats, and I was gonna get the bike and bike him up and do the podcast from the park, but he was getting cranky. I couldn't find the bike pump. The tires are flat on the little kid carrier. Oh, it was a nightmare. But things you live with. And for All Family August, I gotta do. I know a lot of people on a lot of different podcasts or not podcasts, but different meetings this week. I noticed even the school board, when they convened, they wished Eric Garvin, and the Common Council also wished Eric Garvin and his family, condolences for their loss. Eric Garvin passed away So, he's a great community member. And then today I found out, I went into Austin Lock and Key, and I don't know how many of you guys go in there frequently, but Jim McGonnell had passed away. And I want to say they told me he passed away probably a month ago, and I didn't even hear about it. I'd gone in there, and I'd seen Tom behind the counter, and I just figured, they're looking to retire. I know Jim was griping to me about it. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I could continue to work here. Maybe I'll buy the business. Maybe I'll go find somewhere else to work. I just assumed he found someplace else to work, or he was on vacation that day or whatever. I didn't think anything of it. And then I was like, and what do you got, And apparently he passed away. He went to the hospital for some complications or something, some issue, and then I guess then almost like a week later or something like that, he came back in with COVID. So I don't know if he got it there or wherever. And then and it affects it doesn't kill everybody. It affects everybody differently. And there's going to be losses to it. But I don't want to get into COVID death. I want to get into Jim McGonnell. I've been dealing with Jim for 10, 15 years down there at Austin, and he's always been a great guy, from rebuilding, safes that I'll bring him, or, rekeying stuff. He can just look at a key, and he could, it's just, he was a great guy. So my condolences to his family. I know he had a daughter. I just found out today he had a twin brother, which was eerily spooky to Tom, and they just said he was like, oh my God, like they didn't realize how close they looked. Condolences to the McGonnell family. So, I mean, if that's not a reminder for All Family August that you need to spend time with your family, you need to fight for your family, you need to focus on your family, you need to do what's best for your family, then obviously there's nothing else I can do to convince you to join us for life theming. But, or maybe live vicariously through one of your friends or family members who does life theme. And, that's so I'm running out of steam, guys. And in the comments below, I'd like for you, or wherever, however you reach out to us with your hate mail and your bricks through the windows and ransom notes, I'd like you to tell us how your Kub July was, your Kubli. I've got 3 Kub sets that are headed out the door. I make them out of used wood. And I donate them. Whenever I have a set, if somebody asks for one and I don't have one, you go on a list, you get one. I've got 3 now, 2 to 3, and I know easily 5 people I've got to give them to. So if you want one, please let us know if you need a Kub set. And it's funny is I didn't get to play as much Kub as everybody else did, but I did get to bring it to a bunch of new people. I got to introduce it, reintroduce it at my family reunion. I got to introduce it to my AKT family over when we did our summer barbecue. We had a bunch of great stuff that we and I got a bunch of people interviewed or introduced to Kub, and it was a great time. So, but yeah, no, I got to focus more. I mean, obviously this month we're focused on the family, but I got to focus more on the podcast and stuff like that, because my podcast focused around my life, which, as most of you know, I'm going to start doing more book reviews on the books that I listen to and kind of break them down, because the little 20-word excerpts I give to Audible is, I don't know, and I suck. You can't let me give stars on ratings like 5 out of 5. Like I give everybody a 5 out of 5 unless I think your book is dumpy. And then I'll listen to the whole thing, just like I'll watch a crappy movie, or I'll listen to a crummy song, and you'll just get ones. But typically, like, even if something is like mediocre, I'm like there's no gray area with my rating scale, and I guess that's where I suffer. But I'll break something down and unpack it for you. So I guess that's a plus. And you might not agree with my breaking it down, but yeah. So I'm gonna get to some paperwork, and while the kids are sleeping, or the one kid's sleeping and the kids are at the park, and get this uploaded. Come on, guys! Don't forget to like, subscribe. I know you guys hate that crap. Actually, I'm gonna say, don't forget you guys hate that shit. And I'd like to reiterate, because I had to explain to somebody again today, that shit is archaic French. It means roughly good, and it was only bastardized by people into thinking it was fecal matter. So as long as you're using shit appropriately, I have no problem if people say shit. It's not a profane word. Shit means roughly good. You stub your toe, shit. It's the weather outside and it's crummy. It's roughly good. It's not horrible. It's shitty, right? If you say, I have to go take a shit, and you're referring to fecal matter, that's a no-no. That's where it becomes, I don't want to hear it out of a kid's mouth. But if they stub their toe and they say shit, I'm the kind of guy that doesn't care because they're using the word correctly, and it's not a cuss word. So, but that said, small little side rant. You guys love those from me. And I've kept you guys for about 20 minutes or so. So, more podcasts coming from this guy right here. We will catch you on the flip-flop.